Okay, Paul Puella here for American Police Hall of Fame TV. We have a guest of honor today in Manny Bragg, who's one of the top shooting instructors in the country, working out of the Universal Shooting Academy. Manny, thank you so very much for having us today. As we talked about earlier, we have a recent shooting with the police. There was one instance in New York, 83 rounds shot, or 84 rounds, only one struck the suspect. What we'd like to do from a national shooting champion standpoint, we'd like to get some pointers and tips that we could have for our general viewing audience, Manny, on what you would suggest in improving accuracy for police officers. And I'll let you go ahead and proceed.
Well, a typical thing, most people are right-handed. So from a right-hander's aspect of things, when we move this trigger finger, all the other fingers move together. And when we're in a stressful situation, it gets amplified. So if it's a 5-pound trigger, normally we'll put 8 to 10 pounds on it, or more. And therefore resulting, we're empty here, but if I just touch that trigger and I pull it, you'll watch the muzzle of the gun, and it'll go to the left. So whatever we're aiming at, all of a sudden that pattern will start to go to the left. And the harder we pull it, it'll go down. That's why we get that left and down motion whenever we pull the trigger. So the best way to manipulate the trigger to where it doesn't move, if I can touch it and try to bring it back, you can bring it back aggressively to the point to where it's going to break, and then slow it down to where you're just barely putting as much pressure as you need on it. And when you do that, then the sight doesn't move. That's what I'm doing there. I'm taking it up and then just rolling right through that end part there, versus really giving it a fast, aggressive trigger pull all the way through the shot.
Now, that's very interesting. As far as follow-up shots, what do you have any tips on that as well?
Of course. So the typical thing that happens, kind of the old technique was we would shoot and the gun would cycle, and then we would take it back to where you could hear that click, and then we'd hammer the trigger back again. The problem with that is the sight's ready to shoot. The problem, the finger is late. So what we have to do is whenever that trigger is pulled, as that gun's cycling, we have to get that finger off and right back onto the trigger. So we reset the gun and it's ready to go off right at the same time that the sights are lined up on target. So therefore resulting in going off at the same time. The sights are ready, the trigger's ready, and then the gun goes bang.
Manny, I can't thank you enough for your time. It's always a pleasure to meet you. I always pick up new training tips from you, of course, being the excellent shooting champion you are. I do plan to do a follow-up with you and do an article on the Universal Shooting Academy. Thank you very much.